What's up, guys? It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. So I want to start off by saying, if you have not joined us on Healthy Living for a Healthy Life, please go do so now. Now, I was just sitting there a minute ago, getting ready to go to the gym. Always struggled with weight. A lot of you guys know I started at about 350 pounds, 342 to be exact, the last time I measured myself. I may have gotten a little bit higher than that, but that's the confirmed amount for myself. And then I got all the way really lean, all the way out to 193. About a year ago, I started getting into bodybuilding, kind of trying to start build some of that muscle back that I may have lost throughout the process. Now, I know for every day that goes by, not a single day doesn't go by where I don't look for motivation. As far as, and what I mean by that is looking up motivation on YouTube videos, like motivational stuff, motivational speeches. I like that kind of stuff. I love self-improvement. I'm slightly obsessed with self-care and self-help and stuff like that, because I know I have a lot of stuff that needs issues. Now, the reason I brought this up is because many people go to the internet or go to other people that have had trials and tribulations to look for motivation. And yeah, I've been stabbed a couple times. I've been through some hard stuff. I was molested as a child. A lot of violence. Not everything that I'm willing to talk about. Lots of drug use. Became a single father at a very young age. I've been a single father all my life. Like, I've been through some stuff. We've struggled. We've been homeless together with my kids. When I was younger, I used to do drugs on pretty much a whole new level. And like, for instance, some of the things that I was into was not necessarily like crystal meth or cocaine or weed or anything like that. I did smoke weed for the better part of about 27 years or so. I started at a really young age. Sold drugs and stuff like that. But something I did really heavy when I was younger was inhalants. And that was a big thing with the group I was hanging out. It's kind of gothic kids and stuff like that. And the one thing specifically that we were doing at one point in time was air freshener, Glade air freshener. If you put a towel over it and you breathe it in or whatever through your mouth, it's not through your nose. Everybody thinks you're sniffing it. It's not that. It's inhaling it. It's kind of like spray paint or whatever. Although spray paint does not get you as high. I know from experience. But I got to the point where I was doing about 15, 20 cans of that a day. Now, I don't know if you know about inhalants, but that takes a serious toll on your brain. I've struggled with bipolar, manic depressive. I have severe mania. I've been ADHD and medicated since I was about 3 years old. For depression, anxiety, ADHD, bipolar. Currently, I'm not on any medication, and I stopped taking it a few years back. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to prove to myself that I could live a functional life without those things. Because now, I'm not suicidal. When I was on those medications, I wanted to die each and every single day. Am I suggesting you get off your medications? Absolutely not. I'm not a doctor, probably never will be. What I'm suggesting to you is that you don't look at my story as motivation to live your life. I've been through things, and that's okay, and so have you. And the important thing that you have to remember is that you have to look within your story. You have to look deep inside yourself. My motivation is one thing, okay? What motivates me is the fact that I didn't lose my mind. The last time I took acid, I took 118 hits. I don't know how I didn't die. I remember a time vividly, I got stuck huffing propane on a regular basis. Barbecue propane. I would carry a tank around with me and, party with it and stuff like that. And it was like a big funny thing. It wasn't very funny. There was one time I was on a 3-story building and I was huffing it. And I passed out with a friend of mine. And I woke up on the ground, pretty severely injured. And the reason I did that, and I had vomit all over me and everything, and I don't know what happened. I have no idea how I got there or whatever happened. In that specific time, I was mixing a cocktail, we'll call it, of air conditioner Freon that I found on top of a building mixed with a propane tank that I currently had. And apparently that did not do wonders for my my well-being at that time. Now, what motivates me is a lot of different things. A lot of different things motivate me on a lot of different levels. One being which, how am I not dead yet? The fact that I made it through a lot of different things like that, and those are only the tip of the iceberg. There's so many things that I should definitely be gone from, and I'm thankful. And it took many, many years to wake up and be thankful. Probably not till I hit about 30, halfway through. Now, a couple of the reasons that things that motivate me is never really had a lot of people that believed in me. I've always been the guy that had weight issues. I don't know if you know what that feels like when you're a kid, being the fat kid, but it sucks. It sucks really bad, okay? It sucks being looked at as the funny guy because that's the only thing you got going. You're not handsome, you're not attractive, you're not popular, you're nothing. So you play on humor. When you play on humor, you begin to use it as a coping mechanism in all areas and aspects of your life. Now, I've noticed that's my fallback thing. That's the thing I'm comfortable with. I joke around a lot, and I kid, and I hide fear and anger, aggression, emotion of all kinds with laughter. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm saying it's a coping mechanism that I've learned. Probably not the worst coping mechanism, but a lot of people think in different situations that I'm a lunatic. And that's okay. You know, all hell breaks loose and John starts laughing. And I'm not joking. Now, what I'm saying is the fact that I've been through so many things and I am still here, I do feel it is kind of a gift. Not necessarily to pass on to people, but hold dear to myself. And that's what I'm asking of you guys. I'm asking you to reach deep inside yourself and look what you've been through. You may not have been stabbed, you might not have had to be the fat kid, or you might not have had to go through certain things like everybody else. But you've been through things. And you've been through hard things, and you will continue to have to face hard things. But here's the important thing that you have to remember. You have been through those things. I haven't been through the things that you've been through. And even if you had been stabbed and I had been stabbed, they're not the same situation, okay? And we definitely did not handle them the same way. Maybe I joke about it, laugh about it. My brother committed suicide. You know, I make different things about that or whatever. And it's not funny. You know, being stabbed's not fun. Having your brother commit suicide is not fun. Being molested is not fun, okay? That's just the way I've learned to be able to cope with things. Now, every day I find myself looking at motivational stuff. What that means to me is I use those words and reinterpret them and try to adapt them to myself. And that's what you got to do. Don't look to others for inspiration or motivation. Look into yourself. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Do you want to lose weight? Are you trying to get that new job? Why? Why are you trying to do that? I do things based on what I want to achieve. I'm going to go to every country in the world, and I'm going to work hard to do it. Things could happen, things could change, and that may change, and that's so be it. But the important thing is, I'm doing that to prove to myself and prove to my family, to prove to everybody around me, just because I grew up with a single mom, and I've had maybe not as many, opportunities as the next guy, I can create opportunities for myself, and so can you. You have to reach inside to see what motivates you. If you want to get swole because you want to get chicks, fine. If I want to get swole because I don't want to be fat, fine. If I want, to be a personal trainer to help others on their journey because I've struggled with it, I know what it's like, And the person that I'm speaking about, the situation when I was in, I think it was like 9th or 10th grade, I had a real big crush on this girl one time. Her boyfriend kept calling me Jugs all night because of my man boobs. It's difficult to deal with that type of thing and to grow up trying to fit in when you couldn't. You can't fit in a situation if you don't even feel like you fit in your own skin. Love yourself. Motivate yourself. Reach inside yourself, because you probably can inspire others. So I think it's probably time for you to inspire yourself. You guys, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for your hard work. No matter what you do, don't ever, ever, ever give up on yourself. Be stronger than your excuses. Be stronger than your excuses. Be stronger than your excuses. And remember to spread love, not hate. Thank you so much for all the support, and have a wonderful day. Happy holidays.